Most people would look at a cheap kitchen timer like this, see a broken button and say, it's only a few bucks, I'll just throw it away and get a new one. But on this channel we say, let's fix it anyway. First we need to get inside. The screws are hidden right under this glued plastic cover. I'm using a super thin metal prying tool to pop it off without damaging the plastic. If you need a set of these for your own workbench, I'll leave a link down in the description. With the cover off, we can unscrew the casing screws, open it up and unscrew the PCB holding our buttons. And here's our culprit. These are conductive rubber pads that press down onto the circuit board traces. Over time, microdust, grease or even moisture from the kitchen seeps in here, creating a thin layer of isolation. To the timer, it looks like you're not pressing the button at all. The fix? Just a cotton swab dipped in isopropyl alcohol. Give both the board contacts and the rubber pads a gentle scrub. You might see a bit of black residue coming off. That's exactly what we want to get rid of. A quick tap to test, and there we go, registering perfectly on the first click. Now we just reverse the process, reattach the PCB, close up the casing, fasten the screws and stick that front cover right back down. And since I've already got an alcohol swab handy, let's give the front a quick wipe down to clear off any kitchen grease. And there you have it, a fixed timer, zero e-waste, and it took less time than a trip to the store. If you found this helpful, checking out the affiliate links in the description is a massive help to the channel. Even just clicking through supports what I do here. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you join me in the next video. Bye then!